Yeah. Happy Monday to all. It's that good old Monday night show, Monday night family show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You wait all weekend, for for a minute to say, hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Anything? How you been? What are you up to? Just thinking about you, or just thinking about how they're doing. What's going on? Small things. Isn't that what we say? Small things. Small things go the farthest. But anyways, guys, this show will work best if you participate. You see, I have a cellular device problem, so I'm going to hopefully be able to get this fixed. The guy that's supposed to fix this didn't have the part to come in, but we are going to work on that. So if you see there's a bunch of flashing, that's me trying to get to the comments. Michael Peebler says, good evening, Michael Peebler. Hopefully we are on YouTube and Facebook. We're obviously on Facebook. Let's see if we're on YouTube. Again, this show works best if you participate. What are we going to talk about this week? Eddie Ortiz says, I'm here. How's it going, Eddie? So you're on YouTube. We're going to talk pigeons tonight. As they say, pigeons, pigeons, pigeons. It's a fun thing to talk about. Make sure you make yourselves a beverage for this Sunday night. And I think or Monday night, a long weekend in Canada. I don't know what weekend it is, but it's some type of holiday Monday today. Anyways, regardless, you guys are with us, and that's great. Two of yous are on, which we're glad for that. Uh, Milton says, hey, Ryan, how's it going? Hey, oh, yeah, before I get into this, we sent out people's invoices for payments for shipping. So hopefully you guys get those in. Once the heat wave goes down, we'll be able to ship these birds out, and people get their payments in. I think we invoiced 20 people, and I think about 14 people have paid. But I can't ship them all until everybody's paid. So check your emails, your junk mails, PayPal me, or private message me if you haven't received one. And that way we get it straightened out. Don Meredith says, good evening, Ryan. Good evening.
Ask you a question.
What's your question?
A person on the other side of the fence.
Hmm.
They probably. Oh, by the way, folks, hi. I'm in. I'm a little late. Hope everything's going good. Nice warm day today. But some people they've already paid their bill and they are expecting the service to get the birds sent. I understand that. But this sending these birds is not pizza delivery. You just don't say, oh, it's paid, stick it in the box. No, so these people don't understand. We have to go through a border crossing.
We're first just trying to get all the people to pay their bill.
I'm just saying, hold on. Thank you for paying your bills, the people that have. But we need, once we have a certain group that are going to a certain destination, and we just can't take one pair of pigeons across the border.
That's why we're waiting for everyone to pay.
Excuse me. I'm saying some of these people don't understand what has to go, what kind of
criteria we have to go. I don't need them to understand it.
Oh, you don't?
No, because no matter what you do to explain it, they still won't understand
They're
it.
going to call you and say, my name is
I know.
Jojo. I paid my bill. I paid $3,000 for a pair of birds. I paid the bill 3 weeks ago. Why isn't my pigeon already at my place in Oklahoma, United States of America? Why? Why isn't it? Explain it.
We're getting the bills paid from everyone. Okay, that's step one. Step two, the most important step is when the temperature is correct. We're then going to send them.
That's 100%. But you get this JoJo guy that paid a month ago, and he's wondering, why is my pigeon down in Oklahoma?
He's going to be all right.
Explain to him why.
I already explained it.
You did?
Yeah, I said I'm waiting for the other people to finish paying their bills for shipping. All the birds get shipped together.
But as a human, he's going to say, I already paid. I don't give a shit about other people.
I don't have that answer.
You do have the answer.
I don't. The answer is, I'm sorry. You have to be patient.
There's shit that we have to
Okay.
go
So
through
can we
to
just
get the
move?
birds across the border.
Right. And the number one shit is fuckers pay your bill. That's shit one.
I paid my bill.
No. All of yous pay your bill. Not three of yous.
I don't care
I,
about John.
I don't
Joseph.
give a shit. You're all on the same damn
Explain-
boat.
Explain why that has
Oh
to
my
go.
God. Because I got to cross one time, pay one import fee, one health certificate. You want me to go on about everything?
Every time you cross,
Yeah, I get that.
it
but
costs you $1,000. And if you got 50 birds,
You're
to
not
ship,
even right in the price. So don't give prices that you're not right about. Don't.
cost you X dollars.
Right.
That's what I'm
So,
saying.
but now here's the next
So
thing.
now
Before
we're
you
trying to
start putting prices,
You know what? If you want your bird, Joe,
oh my God.
and you
Oh
paid for
my
it a month
God.
ago, now the cost is going to go up because it's one single bird going to Oklahoma. It's going to be one single bird charge crossing the border.
We got 3 people left to pay, and we're waiting for the heat to go down.
Just saying,
there you go.
I'm saying people.
And JoJo or Mike or Gary or
I'm just saying.
Susie.
Explain it. Just because
I explained it, but you've made it bigger than what it is.
Explain it.
Okay. And your thesis. Guys need to understand that you can't control the weather and you have to wait. Yes. That's it. Number one thing, we got to get the bill paid before we can ship. And then the weather has to work out. When those two things are all done, it doesn't matter if you're the first payment, that's a good person. And if you're the guy that we're still waiting for the payment, that you've already paid for your birds, we're just trying to get a hold of you, I have to be patient and wait for that guy. I can't just screw the guy and not send his birds because then he's going to lose his shit and you guys are going to lose your shit. Everyone's losing their shit.
You misunderstood what I'm talking about.
I understood it.
No, because I'm saying when a man pays his bill a month ago, and you're telling him I have to wait for JoJo Simpson to pay his bill, the guy's going to say to you, "Here, I don't give a shit about JoJo Simpson. I paid my bill. I want my bird." Now tell him why you can't go and ship that bird right away. Tell him why.
Because we're making sure everyone pays for their shipping that's in this group of birds.
Why is that?
So we don't have to get multiple certificates to cost us more money.
Costs big dollars. And
Right.
the other thing too is,
yeah, I know. He's on fire.
Excuse me. If you want your bird right away and your name is Mr.
Don't
Else,
even say this. Don't even say this. Don't even say this. Don't say this.
an additional
No, don't.
border
No,
crossing.
no.
And it's
No,
going to
I'm
cost
not. I'm not doing it.
No.
I refuse to do it. I'm going to wait until everyone pays like good little children. Then they go. And if there's somebody that loses their mind and they can't deal with it, then there's, you know what? There's Frank's junk site. There's iPigeon junk site. There's the Herbots. All the other ones. Go and buy. Go buy. I don't care. You don't have to care. You want to know why? Because nobody cares. Who gives a shit? Same thing. October. You have auction. You have auction for birds that start. People don't pay their bill. Hot and horny to buy. Yeah. Okay. Big. Look. Blah 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 blah. That's okay though. You know who always pays? I always pay. Mm. Again, this show works great when you guys participate. Tracy says hi. Ralph Schmidt says, good evening. Is this Pepsi with whiskey? No. It's Ralph, are you from Germany? If you're from Germany, you probably don't even know, but that's Pepsi with vodka. It's a real Polish spin on this stuff.
I think they sell that mixed Pepsi Zero more in Europe than they do here.
Yeah, do you notice in Europe there's no diet? It's all zero.
Zero. So
and they don't really sell Pepsi. They only sell Coke.
Oh, they don't like Pepsi.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Do you notice you notice the difference between Coke and Pepsi? Pepsi put the American flag on the can. And I think this is why.
I
Just
don't
saying.
know why zero means zero sugar. Meanwhile, diet has a certain amount of sugar. I
Yeah.
believe that.
See, Ralph's from Germany. Ralph, if you want to try a really good drink, although you're from Germany, lots of ice, a full glass of ice, and then about a half, three quarters of a glass of vodka, and then Coke Zero or Pepsi, and if you want, squeeze a lime. Very nice.
Pepsi Zero, yeah.
Yeah, Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Zero or Coke Zero. They're almost the same. You know, one of these nights we'll have to try Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero, like a blind taste test.
Yeah.
See if we can taste the difference.
And they got the Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, but it must have a certain amount of sugar in it.
I think they're all the same cans. I don't. You know what? We should look at that. We don't have a Diet Pepsi here, so we can't tell.
No.
But anyways, it's a good drink, and it's good with whiskey as well. I find with whiskey it's a little richer, with the vodka, a little lighter, a little smoother.
I like actually whiskey on the rock. That's the way I like it.
We know that he's a whiskey on the rocks.
Whiskey on the rocks. I was born that way, trained that way, and
That's how you're doing it.
that's what I like. Just fill her up, ice cubes, and on the rocks.
Oh, they just all landed there.
Yeah, we got this evening, folks. I got a bunch of birds that have been up, and they got me all upset. They're sitting in the friggin' tree tonight. And folks, I don't like that bullshit.
Mm.
So if they want to keep going on tonight like that,
Mm.
they're gonna fly all night. Cause I've been out there. I'll cut that tree down. I'll fix their wagon.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going in their brain, but they're gonna sit out. I wonder. I went in the loft there.
So it's almost like something made everything that they touch besides the loft a hot potato. And they still got the look when you see them on the board. They have that look like this.
It's almost like there's a lion on the loft.
Yeah.
And
And you know what?
I went and called in. He said, "Where's everybody?" I couldn't figure out who.
Mm.
They went for a toss today and everything. They came good, and they're starting to go in there now.
Now let me ask you. It's almost dark. Like it's very
Now.
like and I'll tell you these birds here. They don't have the. I hate. No. I'm not saying this to knock the birds. These birds don't have the intelligence yet at this type of time of day to come even in like this.
No,
they don't. But they came down there now, like to know what the hell they were doing.
Well,
Isn't that something?
They were in the tree, and I got upset.
You should go look and see if they landed up back up in that tree. Just go.
And they normally don't do this. These birds have been out already a couple times to 3 times, 4 times to 100 miles. That's what 100 miles, 130 kilometers, 140 kilometers, and they got no reason to act this way. Now, I don't know.
I like how you get the kilometers on them. I like how you do it.
You got your phone. I don't know. 100 kilometers is 60 miles.
60 and 60 is 120.
120. That'd be 120 miles.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. 60. No. 100 miles.
100.
No.
100 kilometers.
60 miles. 60 kilometers.
100 kilometers is 63 miles.
Mm. Oh yeah.
So if you double that, 200 kilometers would be 120 miles, 126 miles.
Mm.
Right. So they've been, they know the shit, and I'm getting this kind of performance tonight. And
we should go see if they're in that tree. Just go take a look.
They're back in that tree tonight.
I'm saying you go take a look.
They're going to be locked up in that loft for 2 days with no friggin' feed and no water. They're just pissing on me, and they're teenagers. That's what they are. They're pissing on me. They're not doing. I don't know if it's the fires we've had around here. That could be all the smoke. I don't know what's going on.
You sound like on that. when you make that statement.
I sound like an asshole.
No,
What I'm going to do?
you sound like Tony Alvis.
Yeah, Tony Alvis.
You
Whatever.
sound like a fucking
But
excuse.
tonight, that's
Like an excuse. Shitty. Shitty.
Sorry, it's shit down your throat.
Wow.
Formerly known as Tony Alvis.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's what she comes down to.
What it comes down to is, I'm going to burn that tree down.
Nope.
And all the
No. You never blame the trees, the neighbor's house. You never blame the wires.
I never seen this kind of performance in my life.
It happens.
It happens, and it's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, Tracy said in Buffalo, they're full of smoke. And I will say, today was bad smoke.
That's from Canada.
Yeah.
We're 30 miles out of the city of Toronto, and you could normally, because we're up in the high ridge, Bloomington Ridge, you could see the city.
You couldn't see it today. You couldn't.
You could barely see it.
Okay, here's
smoke. Smoke's heading towards Tracy. Now,
I wonder, smoke goes up and it goes. Why doesn't it leave the atmosphere? I don't understand this.
Take a look at the moon right now.
Uh-huh.
You see the moon?
Yeah.
It's orange.
Yeah.
That's smoke.
Okay.
And there's so much smoke from that fire.
It can't get out.
It can't get out. It's just hanging, man.
Now, guys would say to me about this smoke, would you train? I'm going to throw it out this way. If I'm flying every day and the smoke comes in and they're flying, okay, and you get this, okay, we're gonna play. If I was in a one loft setting, and again, I got lots of time, I probably wouldn't. But if I'm flying in a combine and they're flying, you got to fly. And you better to work them in it than to not work them. And when they go on it, they're screwed.
I trained today, and they came good. And, came in, and I gave them a little leisure time out after. And now they're playing games with me, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Because I'm pissed off at them. I'm not pissed off at my wife.
You should be actually pissed off at yourself.
And I'm pissed off at myself.
Well, I don't understand this. I get a kick out of these guys. Young birds are like young kids. They need to be taught and sort of guided if you want to be competitive. I don't understand why young birds that aren't 100% focused to getting a whole bunch of free time. When they've had free time to learn what they're doing, now you're getting them on a system, and then you give them a bunch of bullshit free time that screws up the system that you were working on. So to me, it's not.
Excuse me.
You're working against yourself.
I'm looking at pigeons that have been worked. They've been up to 130, 140 kilometers or 100 miles.
Why? Don't sell me.
I'm not selling you.
Don't sell me.
What I'm saying is,
don't sell me.
It was my screw up, kids, folks, people, fathers, mothers, whatever you are. My screw up today. I never had this shit in my life, and I'm getting right now.
You're getting my shit.
I'm getting shit on by them, and I don't like this shit. So
well, then do me a favor. Are they in the tree? Are they in the tree now? Where are they now?
Right now, I believe haven't been out there, but
look, let's see where they are.
I'm not.
Let's go and see. Come on, it's gonna. I'm talking on the show.
No, I believe they're in now.
Oh.
I don't see anything out in that tree, and if they are in that tree, it's darkness is coming. They will be flying in the dark. That'll be it, because I'll make sure of it. If I got to climb in a damn tree, I'll be up in that tree. They will fly. I never seen this in my lifetime. This kind of activity. My whole personality in pigeon flying has been a certain way. I never seen these birds act like this. So I'm all pissed off.
Well,
right. Okay. So it could be my fault. This is.
Hold on.
I've had.
Hold
I've got a
on.
system.
Hold on. Hold on. We're not blaming anybody. We're just talking about it.
I'm blaming. You can look at me and say it's you. You can look at me and say, "Hey, Rich, why do you have that tree there? Let's get rid of that tree.
No, no.
Let's cut that
no,
tree. Cut this tree. We're
No.
gonna cut the whole forest." I
No.
never had this problem, so I'm just right now.
Well,
I said to you before.
you have
I said a
you
few
have
hours
you
ago.
have yeah.
Can
And
you
and
see
the and
this?
the other problem, and this is hey wait. This isn't a problem. But I'm going to say this. We have a backyard full of activities going on. And in our backyard of activities, we like to have the Peking ducks, the Muscovy ducks, the chickens running out, right? You like to have some of your droppers out. You like to have some things going on in the yard. But to have those things going on in the yard, you have a little area where hold on, well, you got feed and water outside where the chickens can go and pick and the ducks and whatever. And what happens is these little brats, right?
Yeah.
They give you the teenage FU, and you want to know what they're doing now? They're now giving it to you.
I never had this shit, and I've done this shit for years.
My friend,
I've never had this shit before. They got an ad. They got some kind of ad.
yeah, an attitude.
At the door.
No, so that they got they gave you in the last 2 days.
Teenagers.
Yeah, they gave you the FU, but the problem is you can't turn the reins back because you know what they know? They know right down by that fire pit. I can live in the.
Never had that in years before. I never had it, and I'll fix these guys. You got a couple smart ones, and I will fix.
Hey, you want to?
Soon.
Do you remember down along the fence line, 2 or 3 soccer fields down? One day we had one pigeon that went off in that tree. Remember the big tree?
Oh, down on this big tree.
And it was funny. Yeah, down the line. And he went into that tree, and all of a sudden, it started. We must have had for a year all the birds down the tree, way down in the bush.
I remember a few years ago, we got a mountain of dirt over here, like 50 acres away. It's like a mountain. You know, you could say, "Hey, we got a mountain. Take a look at this mountain. It's Mount Everest, or whatever it is." Contractors dump billions of loads of dirt. Then on the other side of the mountain, there's a pond. And we would train. We're flying east, west that time. And the birds had to go, we took them east. They're flying towards the west. And we would have out of that group, young birds, literally the birds are a quarter mile away from the loft. Quarter mile. Say, how come there's always 2? They're always 2 minutes or a minute behind the group. Same 2. And sure enough, we figured it out. They were coming, they're a quarter mile from home. They will stop at that pond for a drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
What we figured out, put 2 and 2 together, believe it or not, we could see that mountain of dirt from here. We could see pigeons stopping. I guess they came out of the pond, they were stopping on the mountain.
Well, we caught them loft flying, and they would land on the top of the pile of dirt.
Friggin' mountain.
You couldn't get that to happen if you tried.
No, and they were only like literally 30 seconds from the loft.
You could almost hit drive a golf ball as far as you could drive it to where the pond is. That close.
Well,
pretty damn close.
Maybe Tiger Woods could, or I could probably, but nobody else could do it. But
well, I try to bring another sport always into this.
You got to try.
But what I'm saying is, once they learn it, you're effed. And right now, you're learning it.
I just say, hey, keep this shit up. I just don't give a shit. I just knock all their heads off, put them in the garden. That's it. That's my mistake. I get my mistake, but I've never had this problem before.
Tracy wants to talk about the weather. When the smoke cools down, the particles come back down to Earth, and they don't leave the atmosphere.
Yeah, they go into the soil, and that's where actually our drinking water is actually polluted. Like it, yeah, exactly what she says. It goes down in, hits the ground. Then we get rain next week. It just goes down in. It's a pollution thing, and smoke always rises, right?
Okay.
I know when I was a young kid, we had a blower motor and the furnace blew, and it caught fire and it smoked.
Mm.
And we were kind of lucky because I got up, or I don't know how the heck it was. I was about 10 years old. Somebody got up, and I'm not kidding you. The smoke, because we had a 2-story house, the smoke was literally in the bedrooms about a foot and a half off the floor. That means but the blower motor only is so much smoke, right? They say in a lot of these house fires where people burn to death, they die before the fire gets there because the smoke it lifts, but then it keeps building and building and building and building. And if
It choke shit.
you choke the shit, you choke out. And if you're in a bedroom upstairs, and it's one of the worst things to do, you wake up and there's a lot of smoke. And if it's a foot off the ground, you're better off to drop down, put your nose on the ground, opposed to smashing your bedroom window up. Because once you do that, you create a suction
Hold on.
and you get more smoke.
Hold on. The disclaimer
But
here.
how can you do that when you're all nervous, like you're scared shitless?
Disclaimer. We're not telling you totally what to do in a fire. If you're or in that type of a situation,
But we're talking about, and believe it or not, folks, and Tracy, hopefully we got smoke here. I actually can taste it. I can feel it on my lips. I can feel it up my nostrils. I can feel the smoke. I
now
can taste the
if
smoke.
people say to me, "Do will pigeons ramble and race in these smoky conditions?" I believe Mother Nature, because the fires are still from Mother Nature, that the birds and the animals they adapt to it.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think so.
No,
I do.
that's not a natural habitat.
Forest fires for millions of years have had forest
Yeah,
fires.
but a lot of animals die in forest fires.
No,
They
we're not talking about being in a forest fire.
It's not an inhabitant thing for a creature to have to deal with smoke.
Wait a minute. But it's from Mother Nature.
Excuse me. It's not. It's Mother Nature. I understand what you're saying, but it's not like, hey, I'm a rabbit. It's smoke fire. So like a smoke, like this is normal. That's not normal, my friend.
I'm saying, do the birds stop flying in the smoke?
I trained today. I loft flew them this morning. They were loft flying like beautiful.
Hey, do me a favor.
Then they came in.
They came in, yeah.
And then I took them in a basket and I trained them again. They came good, but then they act stupid like this. That's okay. That's part of pigeon flying.
Hey, Tracy says it. Learning fire safety with Ricky.
No, but I'm not.
No,
I'm telling you, if you got a fire in your house and you see, I experienced it as a kid.
I said
The smoke was literally about a foot and a half off the floor. The bedrooms upstairs, everything was just smoke.
You're not gonna believe this. Uh, I seen. I was watching the Joe Rogan thing or something, and there's a cave somewhere in the world. Like, and the cave is like, no. We're talking like, here's the hole of the cave, like right here.
Huge cave or something. Yeah.
Guy has a torch,
Right.
and the fire's just roaring on this torch.
Yeah.
Puts the torch
Right.
into the cave,
Uh-huh.
6 inches.
Fire
Goes out.
See?
No oxygen.
There you go.
Instantly kill you.
We had worked with a fellow one time, and he put a new wood burning stove in his house. I don't know where it was, what part of the house he had it. And he had another fella come over to see it. He said, "Look at this thing! Like puts out a lot of nice heat. Everything's great." And the buddy told us. I told him, watch that thing, because watch the heat, watch the pipe or the whatever, that you don't burn yourself out, smoke yourself out. And it was the next morning they found him stone dead in his bedroom. He was collapsed by his bedroom window. He got up, or he woke up. He felt the smoke. He seen the smoke. He said, "I gotta go out the window. I can't. He couldn't go down or whatever." I guess he thought I'll open the window and go out through the window. He never got to the window. He collapsed right on the floor.
Eddie Ortiz said, I placed a pigeon burning herbstone in the loft during the daytime, and they all freaked out and flew into the pen. I had to burn them out of the loft before someone called the fire department. What does he say? I had to bring them out of the loft before someone called the fire. Now, I remember, I think it was Vitaking, they sold a smoke bomb that you put in your loft, but you're supposed to put it in at night when the birds were sleeping. It was for respiratory or whatever. I never did try it, but it sounds like, Eddie, you tried it and they didn't like it. Well, I'm pretty sure that smoke bomb is pretty hard to breathe in.
Did it kill him, or?
No, they all flew into the aviary.
Oh, because they didn't like it. They got, yeah.
Uh, it smoked like there was a fire, so I will say I will not fly in smoke. No, I'm not saying here like I'm saying like this smoke that we're getting is from a few hundred or thousand miles away.
It's like 2,000 miles.
2,000 miles away.
Tracy's getting it over there.
Right.
She's
But
only really.
what
About
I'm
50
saying
miles.
is I'm not too worried about flying it in this. If we were having forest fires around here and it was forest fires, if we were 100 miles from forest fires, okay, I probably wouldn't then say play with the pigeons.
But you got to look at it here.
I might loft fly.
You can even, if you look here, like 100 feet from our house, or 200 feet, like we got trees over there. You can see the smoke. If you go up here, we're on the ridge. You can't see those high rise buildings, the CN Tower, or any of that shit. It's all smoke. So when your pigeons are training, I believe they look. You know how pigeons go around black clouds when it's raining? They'll go around them. I think they got a confusion. And the thing is, there's no end to that smoke line. It's like Tracy's got it. People over here 500 miles the other side of it, they got it, and the other people over there, they got it. So there's no going around it.
No,
It's
like when you let them out, you let them out in it. They were in it.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
they're in it. They're in, but physically, when you stand in the backyard, right, and you and I are standing there, and you're 6 feet away from me, I'd say, Ryan, where are you? No, it's not that kind of situation.
I'm understanding this.
But when you're
But
up,
I would.
and you look, and you're looking a mile away, or 2 miles away, or 3 miles away, you see that
Right.
smoke, and I got a feeling it's got to affect them.
You know, a fun thing in Belgium. I was at Annex Place with the Gabby pigeons, and it was a very overcast day, and it was a dry day. It wasn't a rainy day. And she said, tomorrow morning, your car is going to be covered in red sand. And I said, what are you talking about?
Right.
She said, the sandstorms from the desert. Okay. Now, I went to the hotel, parked the car. The next morning, I came out to the car.
Are you talking about from the dunes?
From the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert.
You were with her where the Sahara
No.
Desert was?
I was in Belgium.
Uh huh.
She said tomorrow your car will be covered in red sand.
Oh, the sand travels that far.
From the Sahara
Desert.
Desert. Now,
Wow.
I don't know. Alexa, how far is the Sahara Desert from Belgium? Let's see.
From Catholic.org. The Sahara is a vast desert of northern Africa, measuring about 932 miles from north to south and 2,484 miles from east to west, and dotted with oases which are centers of population.
Alexa, how far is Africa to Belgium?
From South Africa, Belgium is 13,948.6 kilometers
Thank you.
away.
So think about this. She told me you're going to have red sand on your car tomorrow.
Wow.
And it was from the Sahara Desert. And I'm not lying to you. The car, you know how we get dew? It was dew, and the car was like mud.
Wow.
Isn't that something? So 13,000 miles, and she knew it was coming. Sandstorms.
Well, I know that time we were in Belgium, we had travel about 2 hours by car. And I don't know where we were, but the flyer said, "Yo, you got 2 hours by car." He said, "I don't recommend you go." Said, "Okay." We said, "Well, why?" He said, "Rain's coming." I'm going. We went, "Rain? Are you kidding me? We're not worried about rain. We just put the wipers on and away we go." Holy mackerel.
We didn't.
We're talking about downpour rain. It was incredible. Like, it was like, holy shit. You don't mind 10 or 15 miles and that. But this was like, I still remember it. It was brutal. That's why they got all those marley tiles on their roof. Everything's marley tile.
It was rain where the wipers in the car had no chance.
Couldn't even take it. It was like a real snowstorm here. It was a rainstorm.
It was almost some. If you guys want to know the type of rain, put your garden hose on your windshield and have it running, and try and see if the wipers can't clear it. Right?
Yeah.
Eddie Ortiz says, "When you law fly and you have lazy bums, what do you do with them?" Well, if you're lucky enough to know which ones are lazy, I would honestly just say to just remove them.
I hope your feeding is right. Like, I hope all your birds are.
Well, no, he's saying when you're law flying and you have some that are lazy,
Couple.
I just get rid of them.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you,
They get smart too. Some of those lazy ones that go, "Oh, I've sit in the house roof, or I'll land on a wire, or land on the neighbor's yard." Yeah.
yeah, there's no point in playing with pigeons that don't want to play. And reminder, those pigeons can be from pigeons you paid big money for, and
Yeah.
it's just a wrong. They're not. They're just. It's a lazy one. So
Yeah.
there's some
There's
pigeons they
some.
don't have it.
We know in the one loft business here, you'll get out of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 birds. Honest to God, you'll get 100 that don't want to fly. You think they were, I don't know, showbirds from somewhere or something. They just don't want to fly. They're just like, holy shit, right?
Yeah, and I will say the lofts that have the biggest open areas, the lofts that are in the big middle of the big field, they have the best success at getting the pigeons to fly because they can get up, they can get them up and going, and there's not a lot of bad habits to land. If you're out and I can look at this, I look at some races. You can even look at the Pattaya race. I was there. Big open area, no real facilities.
Like large.
Large. Looks like 4 or 5 big fields put together. The guys get out there and they got their flags and their fireworks, whatever the hell they're doing. They get the birds up. The birds, if they're going to land, they're going to land a quarter mile away. Other than that, they got to fly because they get them up and going. Now, you're in a small, tighter area, like where Eddie Ortiz is, and you try and force them to fly, Next thing, they're on the neighbor's roof. They're on the wire. They drag the other ones down. So the best thing is, hey, you look and say, the grizzle or the pied or the red or the blue bar, whatever. I seen him once, he's lazy. I seen him twice, he's lazy. The third time, here's something nice. Take him, cut his head off, bleed him, pluck him, and put him on the barbecue and enjoy him.
I don't like forcing my birds. If they don't want to fly, they don't have to fly. And if I see they don't like to fly, then they're eliminated. But when you're in a one loft race, that's a different story, right? You get I don't know. Pigeons are sent to you, and they're overweighted birds that have been raised in January, and you get them in May or April, whatever. They've just been couch potatoes, you know, not able to do what they got to do. You get them sent to you, and then you put them out with the other birds. They don't want to fly. They're just they were ruined. That's the way I look at it. When you send those pigeons
You
to
know,
somebody, you ruined the friggin' pigeons. You know what I mean? It's like, uh, uh, I got a rabbit. I bought her a lop-eared rabbit. I call her Janet, by the way. She just had young ones. She's an older rabbit because I like her and I bought her. Okay. Now, excuse me. I got a fenced-in yard. She's able to go out and run in the yard. She can't run. She's about 7 years old. She's been locked up in a little cage. Probably. I don't know where she was locked. I bought her at an auction. I brought her home when I got Rex. The other guy, my Rex, man, he runs around here like a deer. If you want him to jump a 4 foot fence, he does. Man, he's an athlete. But this poor thing, because I believe she's been locked up in a little pen for all these years. This, when this is like this, for all those years, see this? This don't move. Ceased. So I'm saying the same thing with the birds. People raise them in January, February, they got them locked up, little thing locked up, and a fly pen doesn't do it for them. We're talking, you gotta move it. Move the lungs, move everything. You don't get that. And then they send them to a one off race, and that's where you get those 100, 200 birds. They don't want to go.
I always say this: if you're willing to be a little bit dangerous in a one loft race, you figure out the last day they're taking birds, and you send them so that they are about 5 weeks old, 6 weeks old, between 6 and 7
So
weeks.
I think I'm gonna. I know.
Hold on.
I know what you're driving at. If you're thinking about going in a one loft race,
Yes.
yes, that's right.
We've always had success at sending them the day after they
Closing
close.
date.
And the reason is, here's reason number one. Reason number one, think about this, and I'm going to get to your comment about feeding. When the guy first gets the birds in day one, he's got to get as many birds to the finals. He's scared. He's getting all these birds in. He don't want to let them out. He leaves them all in and leaves them all in and leaves them all in, and he gets more and more and more. And he looks.
That's another.
He looks and he goes, "I've got 500 here." And then somewhere along the lines, he knows he has to let them out, so he does. But then there's another part that gets to him. It gets to the point about 2 weeks before the last day. He's starting to say to his wife, "I'm sick of taking in birds. I don't want to see another. I don't want to get another basket of birds, and half of them are sick. And I don't want it." Right? He's already got birds out. And if you're willing to send them right at the end, and you're willing to send them 6 to 7 weeks old, so they're just starting to go from the floor to the perch, just starting, you give yourself an advantage with a disadvantage. The advantage is they're going to go out on the board pretty quick because he don't give a shit no more. He's going to literally take them and just go like this. Throw them in the loft. I'm sick of settling. They'll settle with the 500 others, and that's all that they does.
Let's
And your bird gets on the bike quick.
let's hope those young birds are
Now,
put in a section where they can get at the feed and get at the
no,
water. It's not
the downfall is they're at the bottom.
of the concentration camp.
Right. Now, there's birds that have been there since March that are now driving, wanting to screw.
Uh-huh.
They got no interest in any of it.
They wanted to go.
I remember being in Italy. Get a load of this one. There was a cock and a hen, and the guy had a beautiful one loft. And this pair of pigeons came from the race. They landed. They didn't go in the loft. They were going and getting sticks and going underneath the landing board
Oh,
and
wow.
building a nest. They refused to, they go in at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They came at somewhere in the beginning of the race. They didn't go in. They didn't go in all day. You'll see it on my thing. Randy says, what feeding routine leading up to race day and what do you feed afterwards? Well, racing all depends on the races you're going to fly or the distances that you're racing. But majority of the races
And
the
weather you're dealing with.
yeah,
If you know on the weekend it's going to be 100 degrees.
you're normally
Have a headwind.
you're normally feeding. You can feed a good heavy mix the whole time, but you want to feed from the heavy mix light to heavy mix heavy. So that means not as not too much feed at the beginning of the week and
Like
heavier towards the end.
barley.
No, no. You know,
So what
it
this
does
here would feed about what 20 birds twice a day?
no.
This would be the amount. Where's the can we
No,
got?
I
We
don't.
got a can.
We don't have. But I'm saying you just feed them a good mix, light, not light mix, lightly. Don't fill them up. You can feed them a good mix, but light. So if they eat 100% meal today, you're only feeding them 50%. Tomorrow you're going to feed them 50%. The next day you're going to feed them 60%. The day after that you feed them 75%, and the last 2 or 3 feedings you feed them 100%. So you build up in their stomach to eat. Mike Gary Bill says great topics. I guess so. And that's the thing. What you looked at with those that rabbit, you see it. I mean, you can actually walk out into the middle of the yard when she's out there, and you can pick her up. She won't run away.
She doesn't run too much. I'm saying I can see she was seized up and I can't. I really can't. We're not getting into the rabbit show, but I can't really understand why people have these nice New Zealand whites, Flemish giants, and they have them in cages that are like
I think they don't want them to get tough.
well, no, but they have breeders in cages that are like this,
Listen,
by 2.5 by 2.5 by 1.5 feet tall, and they got the feeder in that. The rabbit likes to run. He really likes to run. But I seen it with this Janet of mine. She tries her best, but she can't, and it's because she's been seized up in a little box. I've seen people. They got rabbits. They got them in a box that's 1.5 feet wide by about 2.5 feet long, and about 1.5 feet high, and they got this friggin' nice sized rabbit in this little box. You can't even turn around. Like it's you know, I
so
don't know.
genetic potential says so many barley flyers out here. Who does really know how to feed and train? Sometimes I think barley is like training wheels. Um, there's one thing about barley. If you have in your mix 2% of barley, we can say 1%, and you have it in your mix,
I always put barley.
you'll see If you're feeding them to full crop, the last thing they will leave is the barley. You'll always see it. I'm saying a handful, they eat. A handful, they eat it all. A handful, they eat all. And then there's going to be one fistful where they'll eat everything, but you'll see about 7 pieces of barley. That's, it's telling you. Barley's a good feed. There's nothing against it. But I don't.
I know.
I think I would use a percentage of barley.
I know my good friend Oscar, the Tippler Flyer, and him and I were pretty close.
Oh,
Ryan knows him.
Christ.
And him and I, he was a Tippler Flyer. He won a lot of prizes flying, like 20 hours, 21 hours. He was a real pro. And we were discussing racing pigeons and against his Tippler pigeons. He said, I can raise top quality youngsters on straight barley. And he said that. And I found with also I do keep rollers, and I found that if you feed them a racing pigeon mix, they love to eat it. It's too rich. If I cut them back and just give them barley and wheat,
Mm.
they'll fly like the wind. And that's the same as your race birds. Man, if you put them on barley, you got them like tipplers, they
Yeah.
fly, they're so buoyant.
The problem with barley is barley don't have the fat. So
We know
barley
that.
no, but for exactly what you say, the loft flying around your loft, it's
They
beautiful.
don't need fat.
And you have to remember, loft flying, they don't fly 25 minutes in a headwind on a loft fly. They go in around and around and around. Loft flying isn't road training or isn't racing. So this is why one guy said here that barley, so many barley flyers out here. Well, barley is a good way to maybe be a little heavier feeder and use it to bring the birds down. They don't really overeat on barley. They don't. They don't really like it. It's not they're not going to pig out on barley. Now, we're not saying you can't get pigeons fat on barley because you can. But birds that are in race mode, when you give them barley or a very depurative mix, they kind of go like your mother put the Brussels sprouts out. I like them, but I'm just eating them because she made them. Hold on. How many young birds do you have ready for young birds? We don't really have any because we're not flying young birds. But I
I
think
got about 60. I have 60 young ones.
he's got 60.
Yeah. You don't really have any, but I have.
I don't have any.
No,
You have
you
60.
don't. I have about
You have
60.
60.
Yeah.
I say a good young bird team. I think a nice
He wants
size.
to know how many. Yeah.
What's a nice size team for a young bird team?
For me, um, flying young birds, 24.
I say 100.
Okay, I say 24.
And my only reason for 100 is they're still damn young birds.
I say 24.
Genetic potential says, I truly believe corn is superior carbohydrate. You just have to control it. Well, here's the problem that most people have, especially when the temperature gets warm. Hot, 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 hot. The pigeons don't eat. Pigeons don't want to eat. And the other trick to flying pigeons, young or old, at the beginning of the week, when you back that feed off, you make them start to look at you like, I gotta eat, I gotta eat. They're telling you by the end of the week they're going to eat the corn. But if you feed them too much at the beginning, you don't build it up, they don't eat the corn. And genetic potential, all the best flyers I know, besides the fat, the big secret ingredient is 50% corn. And the reindeer corn is the best corn. The big, large, heavy corn. Not the small, hard corn. The large, like your teeth.
Not the popping corn.
It's got to be the corn like the size of your teeth.
Oh, why would you say that, Ryan?
Because it breaks down quicker. Gets into the system faster, the corn.
So it digests quicker.
They get what they need out of that corn quicker.
Yeah.
I think that harder corn is good.
If you want to
If
pop
you're
some corn.
no, I think it's good if you're basketing on Monday for a Saturday race. Well, look at there we do those chickens. Hey, how much we pull out of the gizzard of feed, or you do it? There's quite a bit, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys look, try and take a piece of popcorn and break it with your teeth. It's almost impossible.
I lost all these teeth trying to do it. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Ryan.
Mm.
What about rice? Soaking rice and giving your birds rice before a race, before shipping.
Do you soak the rice first?
You soak it.
You'd have to get them.
So
You have to get them onto that. I don't think they'll eat much of it. And here's another thing. Here's my question
you
with
don't think
with
they will?
rice.
You don't think they will?
Here's my question
Let
with.
me ask you a question, Ryan. Will they eat McDonald's French fries?
Mm. No, no, no. No. I'm saying I no. I know they'll eat soaked rice. They'll eat soaked corn. They'll eat carrots. They'll eat potatoes. They'll eat all that shit. But I'm saying if you're going to feed them soaked rice or you're going to feed them peanuts or anything else,
Get them used to it.
yes. The other question I have is,
I give about 2% peanuts in my feed mixture.
well, we know that.
And I mix my own feed.
But my
I
question,
don't buy any feed that's mixed by anybody else but me.
TC Loft says, do you change the feed as the distance goes up? No corn on 150 to 200 mile, right? Um, you're always feeding corn. In my opinion, when you're flying between, I'm going to say, if you're flying 100 to 200 miles and there's no headwind, it's just tailwinds, and you race on Saturday, the birds get no more feed after Thursday. Everything has to go in them like normal on Thursday. Thursday noon, Thursday 3 o'clock, Thursday 6 o'clock. That's it. Nothing after 6 o'clock. On Friday, it's just water. Take the water away, put the water back in. They don't need anything. Think about this. Eat a Big Mac and go and ride a bicycle. Eat a Big Mac and go to the gym. Eat a Big Mac and go play a basketball game. You feel like shit. Not a Big Mac. Go eat a steak dinner and do these things. Hell with it. Don't eat a steak dinner. Go eat a turkey dinner and go do these things. You feel like shit. Now, if you go to work all day and you had a bit of fruit in the morning, you came home from work and your kid says to you, Dad, I want to go to the park and I want to play basketball. You end up playing for 2 hours. But you didn't still eat nothing. You play great, you feel great. Then you come home and you charge the system.
Well,
The
I like
system,
have a drink and then
yeah,
sit down for an hour or so.
then you eat.
Then I'll have something to eat.
People think you got to send them full of feed. The system works empty. That's when that system works. If you have them full of feed, you're basically putting weights on them. And you're trying to make something run that's trying to digest. And the body can't do two things at the same time, I think, very well.
I mean, I heard, I don't know if you can believe it or not. I think I can. They say when a bird's crop is full of feed and he's flying,
Mhm.
it won't digest. It's designed
To
the
store.
pigeon to go to the field, pick up the groceries, carry it home, and sit down,
Can,
and then to digest it.
can I ask you,
Mm.
all the wild pigeons you've ever got in,
Yeah.
how many of them you ever feel packed full of feed?
Never, Ryan.
Never one.
Never even past a quarter crop. It's amazing.
And
Yeah.
I think that quarter crop, there's a balance there. It gives them probably a day's worth of storage.
They're designed to have, I believe, 2 days. Go with no feed for 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
So if we're going 350-mile race, if it's a 350-mile race and it's tailwinds, 350 miles for young birds, it's a pretty good hike. I'm going to feed them 350 miles. I'm going to feed them 3 or 4 o'clock the day of basketing. 3 o'clock. If I have to take them to the club at 7, I want to fill them up at 3 or 4. Then I want them to sit in the loft and drink, and that's it. They got to get for a 350-mile race. They got to, if you're shipping on Friday night, they got to eat a good meal, a pretty good meal on Wednesday night, a good meal on Thursday night, Thursday morning, a light breakfast, good meal. Thursday evening, a good meal. And Friday, nothing in the morning, one good meal in the evening.
You mean Thursday evening?
Friday evening.
On shipping night?
For 350-mile race. Because now if it's a easy tailwind,
350 miles for a young bird, that's quite a race.
it's not easy.
Not easy.
That's why I say you're better off on that one. 300 miles, 300 miles. If it's a tailwind, Friday morning, the last feeding. That means Thursday evening they get a good feeding, but not right to the moon. But I hate to say it, but I think feeding pigeons, it's playing an instrument, and it's very hard to say it. You sit there, you feed them, you watch them, and you feel how the week is. You feel how they're eating. You feel how they're eating through the week, and you see it all. People say it's just like playing. All you gotta do is play the guitar. Well, how do you play the guitar? And you learn it by trying it and playing it, and you do it good or you screw up. We ship on Saturday, so half feeding on Saturday morning works for me. All right, there you go. Robert feeds a half feeding on Saturday. We ship Saturday, so half feedings. There, Robert's feeding a half feed on Saturday mornings. I think that's fine too. Again, it depends. For me, under 200 miles, and if it's not a major headwind, I don't need to feed them the day of basketing. I wanna get the system empty. I want to get the brains intact. I want them to rip my shoelaces off. Like when they're sitting in the crates up there, they go. Yeah, I got what I need to get home. I want to go home. I'm ready to go home. I don't want to go. I don't want to go touring here. Like Dean Pallett always said, and he was right. You give the kids a bottle of whiskey, and you give the kids the car full of gas. The kids will always come home when the bottle of whiskey's finished and the car's out of gas. Hmm. Good way of putting it, eh? The kids don't come home when the bottle of whiskey's full and the car's full of gas, right?
Right.
But when the whiskey's gone and the car's out of fuel, they got to bring the car home, don't they?
Yeah, makes sense.
And what people don't realize, hey, let's take a look. Those young birds are yours. They fly effortlessly. They fly effortlessly. They're they're a real loose group. Like they can go and do what they want. They're bulletproof. They're bulletproof as in they don't need very much feed.
No.
They don't need really F all. And people, I think they overfeed with pigeons that in the brain can't handle the bottle of whiskey.
I think 95% of the humans, if you guys are all listening right now and you got a mirror, take your clothes off and go look at yourself in the mirror. and tell me what you see. And we all overeat in this country of ours, in this land of ours, and we feed the birds accordingly. Right? So that's the way I look at it. I went to the doctor one time and said, Doctor, what kind of weight should I be? How do you think I should be? He said, Well, I'll tell you what. Take your clothes off, go stand in the mirror. Tell me what you see. Do you like it? Well, tells you. You overate too many cheeseburgers, man. Too many potatoes with gravy, and that's the same as feeding pigeons, right?
Yeah, that's right. Take a look and see what you take a look and see what you see. But think about it. Eat, and they say when you eat something, as soon as you have a drink, stop.
That's right.
Now, don't eat again. Wait. So if a guy told me once, you make a big plate of whatever you want.
That was Paul Whiteman.
Yeah. Put it on your plate.
Very
Make a nice big plate. And he said, here's the deal. Make your drink, whatever you're drinking, water, whatever, and eat. As soon as you feel this, take a sip. He says you got to leave that plate for an hour or two until you get hungry again. And then take the plate and eat. As soon as you feel that urge, you drink. He said, when you do this, every time you have a drink, you're done eating. Your body is telling you you're done.
Yeah.
I thought it's very good. And if you watch when you're feeding pigeons, once they start to lose the focus, they go for a drink. They lose the hunger. Hold on. My mix says, no, stays. My mix stays the same all week. I just add grains for the longer races. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, I like the mixes. I still prefer to feed an individual grain. Now, I may not be the best at it, but I think when you feed the 4 or 5 individual grains, I think you get a better result. And I actually, if it does nothing for the pigeons, it makes you a better feeder because you really watch your pigeons. Just a thought. But I think the water consumption, watching them eat, water consumption, watching when they go to drink. If when the first bird goes for a drink, that tells you something. 2 birds go for a drink, that tells you something. By the third bird, you pretty much should be done.
Well, when it's feed time, and if I go to feed and I got 20 birds in a section, and 2 birds don't come down for feed, or 3, they're cooing and all this shit, the whole group shouldn't be fed.
Yeah.
You understand me?
But
The whole group shouldn't be fed.
that's when if you're I say you're sitting on the floor and you're feeding slowly, and you do see those cocks that are cooing in the corner.
Yeah,
And now you look at this as 2 ways. There are the ones that are eating around you, and these ones here, they're telling you how the group is really feeling.
Yeah.
What I look at those ding dongs over there doing, I look at it 2 ways. Well, you won't be there on the weekend anyways because you ain't focused.
I don't
And
know
you're
where it's
feeling,
gonna be.
no, not you,
Oh,
them. They're like steel. They don't want to eat, or they want to eat, but they want to go around like nincompoop.
no, I'm sorry, but when you walk in a section
I know how the
and
group
it's
is.
feed time,
I
the
know.
whole group should come. If you see 2 or 3 birds deciding to coo up there and go in the box and coo and all this shit, the rest of them, they're overfed.
Listen, I'm saying when I'm feeding, yes, I'm not saying in a box. If I see it in a box, okay, that's a different story. But if I'm even on the floor and I look to the left, there's a cock over there and he's
Yeah,
cooling.
the whole group.
Hold
Needs to
on.
be fed.
I look and I say, boy, he's feeling really good, isn't he? I know for a fact on the weekend he won't be there.
But
And I don't stop. I I just notice it. I stick to my plan.
to me, the whole group is overfed. When I see that, when I see a pigeon sitting or
You
something
you
on the window ledge, and he's when I
you're picking a cockbird.
I'm saying anyone,
I
if
know.
he doesn't
But
come in when I walk in that door, if he's not on that floor and he's sitting up or is doing something, they're doing something, the whole group is overfed. That's what I'm saying. The whole group is overfed.
mm,
They ain't gonna get no feed, even though they all look hungry. Yeah, no, no, no. That's showing me right there. That's like the first two pigeons going for a drink of water. It's the same thing. Two pigeons go
okay.
for a drink of
All
water,
right.
stop feeding. No, when I come in, it's time to eat. Time to eat. That's it. I
Okay.
don't give. Two pigeons.
I'm
You know,
saying, if I'm watching the group day in and day out, and he's that kind of pigeon, and you see the odd time that kind of pigeon, he's an idiot. He's exactly what Eddie Ortiz said. What's the guy on the roof who sits on the roof or he doesn't go for a fly? You see, it's coming for him.
I'm gonna tell you, folks. I ain't cutting a tree down tonight.
Well, why would you? That makes you a
That's
worse
that's
pigeon
right.
flyer.
That's right. It's just this. Going
You,
back to that.
you know another thing.
Totally
I love
my
it.
fault,
I love it.
kids.
You get people that come to your house to watch a pigeon race, and they complain about all the shit in your backyard. What's the
Mm,
fuck's going on?
mm.
Like you got to change everything for the pigeons.
Well,
These people,
the other
I think people don't realize what pigeons can
the other
do.
thing too is don't have someone else. I don't believe it. Come in and basket your birds for you. I don't have someone else come in and feed the birds. It screws them up.
The bottom line is pigeon feeding. If you want to get good at it, you practice and practice and practice at it, and you find out what works. But you need carbohydrates and you need fat. That's the one thing you need.
The best thing is when the pigeon eats the
Yeah.
corn or the
Mhm.
peanut out of your hand.
That's right.
The
When
very
you
best.
can sit there and you can kick them, and when your arms are scratched up because they claw you to death, and they're a part of they're exactly like coming home and sitting at the dinner table, and the family sits around and you all eat together. That's how they gotta
If you
be.
go in your pigeon loft at night and sit on the floor, have the pigeon sit on your lap, and you feed them, and you got a bottle of whiskey beside you, and that's beautiful. You look at your pigeons and you get a little drink of whiskey and feed them like this, feed them like that. That's the best.
That's right.
Yeah, the best.
And that's when you start to learn them.
Take a guy like D. Pallet. We're going to say his name again. He said to Ryan, he had a business. He had his office desk in the pigeon loft.
Hmm.
He answered the phone. The pigeons would come on his desk. He would watch
Oh, oh,
and
oh,
learn.
oh! Let her out.
Oh,
Oh, oh, oh!
oh, come on, Scouty. Oh, she already did. On the mat. Good girl. Okay, come on. Oh. But who can do that? A real pigeon man can do that.
Yeah. A nut job.
A nut, you gotta be a nut job. You gotta be a
and
nut job
and
to
people
be.
don't real. We're not saying he put a desk in and a phone line and answered his phone and could write messages down and dispatch from his desk at his in his loft. But that he did that not only for the pigeons, he did that for him. He did that so he could look and watch and observe, and the pigeons would learn and adapt to him. I hate to say it, but man, what a pigeon man! You know what? This year I'm going to go to England. And this year I'm going to interview him. It will be one of my best ones. But it's funny how you hear some of these guys in the 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 the, the what is it? The levels they went to get to the next level are far beyond what people will do. How many people just take a drink into the loft and sit with the birds and have a drink and feed them? You know, I look at it this way. When I look at a loft that has graded floors, especially I say in the US, they got these wire floors. And everybody, oh, it's so clean, it's all wire. You never feed your pigeons. I mean, unless you have a room that's a plywood floor and you can sit there with them and they can crawl all over you. Everything's got to go in a feeder. It's so anti-sociable. Gotta get that vodka bottle there. That's rude. Sorry, guys. Anyways, Ricky, you have anything else you want to say before we wrap this up? I don't know. The audience went flat all of a sudden. I think they're all sleeping. If you guys have any questions or comments, put them in. If not, we'll wrap this up here shortly. Tonight's an easy night, so you let me know. I think we had some pretty good topics tonight. You know, sometimes it's hard to come up with a topic. I will say something. Oscar DeVries, the DeVries Classic, he took 700 pigeons in, and he Dutched them again. He hasn't done an inventory. He said he was doing one, and he never did it. Oh, this has been a real good show. Oh, Mr. Tracy, I don't know. David, I got a spot. I got a spot. You should come on the tour, David. I think you'd enjoy it. I got two good guys from Australia I think you'll like. Sergio Perez says, do you believe in genetic testing? Bah! Yay. Okay. Sergio, I'm going to say this. I don't got the money to do genetic testing. Uh, I think if it was that easy, the big names would be just banging out winners left, right, and center. And I think at the end of the day, with all the testing and all the genetics and all that shit, it still comes down to the brain and the heart, or the heart of the brain. And I just don't know if uh, if genetic. I just don't think there's a guarantee. Hey, you know what? I'm going to say this, Sergio. It's not like McDonald's. I'll be honest, and I'm very lucky. I've had McDonald's in, I would say, 12 countries. 12, maybe more, maybe 15. Now, this is nothing to brag about, but what was the one great thing about Big Macs? In every country, they were the exact same. They had the same taste, the same everything is the same. So the genetic testing on that was perfect. I just don't think you're going to do it in animals. They couldn't do it with horses like Secretariat or Northern Dancer. I just don't think. I think these scientifical dweebs, they come up with the DNA shit. I think it's la da dee 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 da da dee doo doo dee doo. You know, hey, look, I'm selling you Glamour Boy. Look at here's Glamour Boy's son with the same DNA certificate, the same,
Yeah, but
the same,
that's the truth.
same. Yeah, it's the same. I get it, but it doesn't mean they're going to be Glamour Boy. They got the same shit in them,
No,
but it's not the same.
somebody wants the son of that horse.
No, I get no. They're saying he's asking. He's asking. Do you believe that you're going to get the same results? I think you get the same blood. Yes. I don't think
The only result you're going to get is that it is off that
pit animal pigeon.
or dam.
Right. And that's all I'm saying. There's no guarantee he's going to be the same way. Nothing.
The only guarantee is you're not getting the wool pulled over your eyes by some jackass
I
breeder.
don't. He wasn't asking this. He was asking, do you believe in the genetic breeding?
Oh,
Okay,
genetic breeding.
genetic breeding, and I'm saying, I think Dominic with the colors. He knows the genetics of colors. I think that's different than breeding for performance. Michael Peevler, what is the price to go to be for the tour? The price is 5,200 Canadian dollars. I got one spot left available, and it doesn't include your flight. This year, we're doing something a little different. It's going to be a little bit more intimate and interactive. You have to be one of the lucky people to come on the tour. I got one spot remaining. So if you do want to come, 5,200 Canadian. Alexa, how much is 5,200 Canadian in US dollars?
5,200 Canadian dollars is 3,775 US dollars.
So we're going to say 3,800 US dollars to come on the trip. That's for 14 days in Belgium and Holland. That includes the booze. It's a good trip. Sergio says, I agree. I've been doing a lot of this. It's been helping me out. Still doesn't stop good bird from hitting a wire or getting hawked. Well, no. I just don't think. I don't think it. I don't. I think as soon as you think you figured it out, it'll throw you for a curve. I think good pigeons are few and far between. Great pigeons are even fewer and far between. And those superior pigeons, I think those superior pigeons in North America, nobody ever finds them because they were never tested enough to find them. And think about it, testing. People go, I watch these people, they go and they buy a pigeon that wins a one loft race and they say that's going to fix their breeding program. That's not going to fix it. That pigeon was never tested. One time at 350 miles? Where? What? Who? When? What? What? No way. And people bet the banks on these things. I watch these people buying these pigeons and going crazy. In America, great pigeons are never found. Great pigeons are all discarded because they're and here's another thing. Well, who wants to do it? Who wants to run a one loft race year after year and have you know yearlings, 2 year olds, 3 year olds, 4 year olds competing with the young birds, right? They don't want to do that. I think they should do it. I think like we'll take the Florida Pigeon Derby. He wants to be big. He's big. Okay, he's big. He don't give a shit about good pigeons. He cares about your money. That's what he cares about. That's the truth. He does a good job. Keeps the money rolling. All these pigeons, people at the end, they bring them back and these are great pigeons to breed out of. They're shit. Race them the next year there. Leave them there. Race them with the young birds from the next year. Well, that's not fair. Young birds racing against old birds. Who gives a shit? My thought on it. And I'm not knocking the Florida Pigeon Derby. Great race. I'm using it because it's the biggest race in the U.S. Thank God it beat the Hoosier. Thank Christ. LDHA and Drop 4 don't care about colors. I don't know. I don't know what you even talked about there. Genetic testing is gay. Genetic testing is gay. Okay. Does genetic testing come with a flag? Maybe it does. I think when you get into this genetic shit, you know what I think? You're making the scientists or whatever money.
Well,
Do you believe in it?
yeah, I do.
Oh.
if you're buying birds,
No. Well, I asking
that's
about
proof.
genetic testing. Hold on, genetic testing for performance. So it's what I'm saying is.
What is
Hold on.
what is that?
You're buying. Okay, you're buying a child from Secretariat the horse,
I want.
and you get the genetic testing done.
That's right.
Okay, and it says it's from Secretariat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, it does not mean the horse will run like Secretariat.
No, but what it does is it gives me satisfaction.
Yes.
The reason why I bought this horse from this stallion or mare was I want to race this. Hopefully, I can do the same performance as the parents did. Hopefully, I want to make sure that that young one is from that what I paid for, and not that I paid $2 million with from some donkey that he had in the back corner. That shit. Okay, so
Okay.
that's why I got genetics. I got genetics. Forget about it. Even if I don't want to run it, I don't want to race it. I know it came
Okay.
from that cockbird or that hen.
I agree.
That's the idea.
But-
and that's not saying it's going to win, because maybe you bought it, you got a lot of money, you bought it, and you took it home and you tried to raise youngsters out of it in a hamster cage. That means you don't know what the F you're doing. So that doesn't mean that don't blame the friggin' horse or the bird. Don't blame it. Blame yourself. So, but you can say to everybody, that bird I put in a hamster cage. I got the certificate saying it is out of that pigeon that Buddy had in Holland that won $140 million. That's the blood from that bird. So that gives him satisfaction. That don't mean it's going to win, because
so can I keep?
maybe you won't have the handling ability. Maybe you don't have the ship.
All right. So
Maybe you don't have the ship between your ears.
Michael Peters, what happens to the Greyhound that you guys were racing? I gotta ask Steven. If you're watching, let me know. I haven't heard from Steven here in a while. I gotta give him a call. Hopefully everything's good with Steven and Heather. Sergio Perez says, tell Bradley to go bother someone else. Laugh my ass off. Okay.
It's 10 o'clock. I think we're going to cut the show. Unless you got some more on there.
No. No. I don't really have too much else.
The phone's acting normal now.
Isn't that something?
Soon it warms up.
I'm
wondering if you took that phone before the show and just put it on a heating pad or
Yeah, I don't know.
something just to warm it up.
It's unbelievable how it works.
Yeah.
But anyways, another pretty good show tonight. Again, we are going to get the birds out. We're waiting for the rest of the payments for shipping. And then we're going to let this weather, because it's supposed to be super hot. We have still the heat wave coming through. And there's no sense. You've all waited so long.
Well, not really so
long. You've waited until the cows have come home.
That's what you think.
Well, no. What I'm saying is you've waited. And it's okay. Good things come to those who wait, and they're going to come. And I'd rather send them when the temperatures are better than to bake them in a UPS delivery van till they're dead. We don't want that.
100% right.
Because it happens just like that.
We have times where we want to send birds to California and they won't take them. They say we can't. You can go there, take a shotgun into the post office and say, my bird's got to go to California. They won't put them on the post because they say California heat, or it's going to be hot. Takes 3 days to go to California. The bird goes in a post truck, drives to Chicago. The guy halfway down, it's 85 degrees. He has to have a breakfast there, or maybe he sleeps. He got no air conditioning in the back. Then it drops off in another terminal. It has to go in another truck. Same bullshit.
Regardless, as long as we let the temperature drop,
We have to let it drop a bit.
and it's going to be better for the bird.
And we've got nice heat here. Today it was 32 degrees. 32 times 2 is 64. 94 degrees here
All right.
today.
94 degrees. And if you put that 94 degrees into a vehicle, a trailer, a truck, transporter,
You're cooking, man.
it's 120 in there. And if you're at the top of that truck, you're at 130.
And
You're dead.
you're dead. I don't know if I mentioned Dominic, the Fantail man, told me one time they were going to a show. I think it was
In Kentucky.
Kentucky or something. It was summertime.
Yeah, the show they had there a couple weeks ago.
No, this wasn't this year. It was a couple of years ago.
I know, but they have it this time of year.
Yeah. And they had a station wagon, air conditioned station wagon, like air conditioned wagons, cars that we have now. That's air conditioning. We're not talking about a 1969 air conditioned friggin' whatever. And he said they had two. They were going to a show, and they had two levels of pigeons and baskets. Him and a friend, and they had birds on the bottom, birds on the top. Air conditioned vehicle.
And the top level died.
No, all the birds on the bottom. They got there, took the baskets out. The birds on the bottom, they all dropped dead from the heat. They're driving in extensive heat. And he said, I couldn't believe it. They had a vehicle with air conditioning on. So the air conditioning really only kind of hits the guys in the seats in the front, but in the back.
I don't know how to pronounce your first name. Horace Jones says, I like what he writes here. Breeding two superbirds doesn't guarantee a superbird any more than DNA testing. It hopefully just increases your odds. When you breed superbird to superbird, here's the trick which you all miss. Superbird and superbird. Great. They got what you want. But if you want to find out if you're going to get more, superbird, drop down. What's the father? What's the mother of this bird? He was a superbird. She was a superbird. Go to the next one. He's a superbird. Father, mother. Superbird. Okay. Drop down now. Look down to each level. The more racing top performances you see, that's when you put superbird to superbird. It still doesn't mean you're going to get the best, but it means your odds go higher and higher and higher. So anybody saying that they're buying birds from a one-off race and they're going to breed super pigeons, I'll tell you, just go to Granger, Indiana, go visit Mike. He'll give you the Kool-Aid of shit. One loft, shit. One loft, shit. Because that shit don't breed shit. That shit don't breed winners after winners after winners. And I still love it. I had somebody ask me, well, what if we took the best pigeons from Canada and America and took them to Belgium to fly? You'll be an hour off the pace if you have any left. Because it's not the same world. I hate to say it.
The other thing is that I don't believe people in this area, North America here, they don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. So, you experienced that. You had a good friend there, that Jonathan Macri. He's got a boy, 16 years old. They're Italian background, playing here in Canada. The kids playing on a team here in Canada. These kids were like right on playing here in Canada. So he said to Ryan, my son, they made a tour. They went to Italy to play the Italian soccer kids, same age. the kids from Canada, they couldn't even touch them because the Italians have a system. They know how to groom the shit.
They say that when we talk about soccer, they say that Belgium's one of the best countries in the world
for training people.
For training soccer players.
Yeah.
And with Lars. Lars has got a 5-year-old son, 6-year-old son.
Yeah.
And they have between 6 and 8 years old to play together. Well, remember when we played soccer, we played 6 kids on a team? And you play. Their soccer there, they start off, they only put 3 boys on the 3 boys against 3 boys.
Yeah.
And it's to get the kids to pass amongst each other.
Yeah.
They do it a little different. They condense it.
Right.
And if you ask, well, why did the kids from Canada go to Italy that were real good here and got walked over there? Because the boys over there, they're playing about a 3-year level up in the brain. And it's the same with the pigeon guys here. These guys think that these pigeons that are winning, and these guys really get a kick. When a European, okay, when a European congratulates you for winning a one-off race, all he likes to see is his name in lights. Stop! All he likes to see is his name in lights. And that's all it is. The bird has done squat. But all the people here think is one loft, one loft, one loft. That's great. Hold on. V and D Perez Law. Belgium has the best youth academies, but can't win men's World Cup. Hold on. You said it. Belgium has the best youth academies. Okay. But they can't win with the men. Hold on. The men that they pick and the coach that they pick, that's different than the youth academies. They pick the right men, they pick the wrong coach. They pick the right coach, they pick the wrong men. Put it all together, has to work a little bit more. All I'm saying is V and D, you're right. The youth, very great. The 16 men that go for the World Cup, that's a little different thing. Come on.
What's his problem?
Smelly sitting with you.
Cat sitting with him.
Yeah, sitting right beside him like he's his best friend. But you're looking at a World Cup. It's a little different. But Belgium is good for developing players. It's true.
Belgium almost made it there in that, was it the last round or the round before?
Very good. They just you know what they're
Who were
missing?
they playing? They were playing Brazil or something.
They
got all shaky
they're
and
just
scared.
they're just missing experience because they're too damn small. That's all. It's getting all the right players. Everything's got to be right, and everything you got to have the right coach. Everything has to go right. And I personally didn't think they had the right coach, but whatever. Hey, it is what it is.
Something was wrong. They made it. If they would have, what was it? They played Brazil. They had to knock them out.
But it is true. Belgium, for football academies, very high level. They make good players that go to different countries.
Yeah.
They're a feeder country for England, Italy, France. They feed the countries. Anyways, we can go on about this all night.
I know I played in Belgium once, and the grass was a little too long for me. Yeah, I see that. Anyways, guys, the grass was a little too long for me, and
just pick up your feet.
I got
Pick up your
grass on
feet.
my shoelaces and stuff.
Oh yeah.
God, and then there was a headwind. The grass was long. God, man.
All right.
Still played pretty damn good that game.
We're gonna let you guys go. It's been a fun show tonight. Thanks for coming on. We'll be on next Monday. Maybe we'll try to go on this week. Oh, V&V says, wait, what did he say? And the Belgium football leagues is grade B level in Europe. Grade A leagues, English. Okay, well, This isn't a soccer show. I didn't say that Belgium is an A league. No, they're not an A league. They're not the Premier League. They're not Spanish or Italian leagues. No, we understand this, but they are. It's a good league. A lot of good players come out of Belgium and go on to do bigger things, and you didn't even know they were in Belgium.
What about the cycling?
But
Let's talk about cycling.
I will say one
The
thing.
women cyclists this year in April, they won a huge cycling match.
What are we talking about?
Well,
Why are we talking about cycling?
cycling is a big thing in Belgium as well.
All I give a shit about is pigeon flying in Belgium is the best.
It is.
It's the Premier League of any other of that sport.
Yeah.
It's the number one league. That's the bottom line. And as for football, well, football is football. But it's funny. We seen the Canadians go to Italy. There, he said they got waxed. The same kids would have went to Belgium and got waxed. They would have went to England and got waxed, and they would have went to Spain and got waxed. And if they would have went to Brazil, probably
Super waxed.
if they went to Brazil, they might have never touched a fucking ball.
Yeah, I thought, believe it.
Ah, but hey,
That's
it is
life.
what it is. Belgium's only good for pigeon flying. Well, I'll tell you this. Belgium.
And the other thing Belgium is top in is beer drinking.
We didn't have a choof tonight.
No truth tonight.
Yeah, you had one?
We got the cases here, 5 cases. If you want to come and have a beer with us, $10 a beer.
Yeah, listen, Belgium. What are they known for? Pigeon racing. Excellent food, fantastic beer. The sightseeing for the cities is beautiful. And bicycle racing? And the soccer's at 6. Big deal. What else do you need? All the good things. Pigeon racing, good food, and beer.
You go watch.
Oh, and gin. They love their gin.
Yeah, you go watch a soccer match in Belgium, and you won't be stoned or trampled on by the other guys.
No. Ryan, what do you think of the UK pigeons? Shit, I was almost going to say grab me a beer. You said that?
I gotta go out there and shut some windows.
I'll get to these 2 questions. Grab me my glass there, and I'll have a cherry chufo.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? Ryan, what do you think of UK pigeons? What do I think of the UK pigeons? Good pigeons? Always remember, and I hate to say this isn't to slam or bash the UKers, but the UKers, the very best UKers, would go to Belgium and get the best sprint pigeons. And then they brought them to the UK and they went to work with them. Because again, what did the UKers know? You just cross and go get the best ones. Go pick. Go pick in the Diamond Vermont, go pick those best sprint pigeons. They drink beer there. V and D Perez, where are you from? I think you're new to this show, but I want to welcome you on. Yeah, I will grab a Belgian beer here in a second. Michael Peevler says chocolate. Oh, yeah, and we forgot chocolate. I will say chocolate. They are known very well for the chocolate and the pastries. Chocolate, pastries. But pigeons, I think, number one. It's funny, they have the pigeon awards there when they're in Belgium, and how many people come to it, the different country people. I know I was at the DOIF awards there, and there was they had people from China, Japan, uh, the Middle East, right? Well, Lots of different people fly in for the event for just pigeons. Interesting to see. Jeff Henderson, the the best beer, best chocolate. So Jeff, you were on. Sergio Perez says V and D Perez from California. He's a real good pigeon flyer. Hey V&D, I'm glad that you're on. You should come on our tour.
Get the opener.
There you go. That's for Jeff Henderson. Hey Jeff, when we go to Belgium, we're gonna go to the Schoof Brewery. Jeff Henderson, guys, if you want to ask how our Pigeon Boss tour is, ask Jeff. Message him on Facebook and ask him what he thought of it.
Take a look at that beer cap. Show him that
Yeah,
beer cap.
real nice beer cap there of the Choof. The secret is this isn't a Choof glass, but
You want to go outside? Come on.
you get a gorgeous head. Now this is a cherry brown beer, and it's 8% alcohol.
Come on.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Come on, yellow.
Nice, Sergio, that you're on. Sergio, are you part of V&D?
Go up. Go.
Oh, thanks. Okay, so you guys are different. Yeah, no. I haven't seen you on before, Sergio, but or V&D, Perez. You might not totally agree with everything we say, and that's okay. But we shoot from the hip, and I lost more pigeon races than most guys will fly, and won just a couple too. Not too many. Lose more. The more you lose, the more you learn. Jeff Henderson knows these beers. They close like freight trains. If you're a beer drinker, I hate to say this, and you go to Belgium, you really got to watch because they have beers anywhere from 7% to 14% alcohol. And they just creep on you like unbelievable. I'm messing with you guys. Same guy. Ha ha ha. All right, Sergio. So you're the champ, Sergio. You should come on the tour. I got one more spot. You like pigeons? Come on our tour. If you don't have a good time, let me know. I will say the Belgian beer is second to none. This year on the tour, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be staying at my place, and it's going to be a little different. You're going to be in the Diamond, Vermont. You're going to go to a pigeon club there. You're going to see some great lofts, local lofts, but you're going to see some of the big names. Is that yeah? David Tracy, the Choof Cherry. This beer here, okay. You can get this any flavors. You can get the Choof. I had to go to the U.S. to pick it up. I ordered 7 cases of it, of the cherry and the darker ones, but you can get it. You got to serve them in bowl glasses. This isn't the right glass. If you can get yourself a Choof glass, it's the best to drink out of it. But you don't want to really drink out of it out of these. That's a beer glass, but not the same. They're they're better in a bowl. Yeah, house in Belgium. So come and you can participate. You can be part of the tour, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. You can you can make a trip to go to Belgium, or hey, you can make a trip for all this. But if you have somebody on the inside that knows where to go, how to get there, knows I say the lay of the land, or knows the restaurants, knows the driving, knows the parking, knows everything. It's a complete headache free, great time. I learned the hard way. I learned on my own. I went and did it and did it and did it and did it. Now, look, this is going to be my 7th or 8th year going to Belgium, and I've done it. And now I have friends and I know where I'm going, and I know if something comes up where we're supposed to go here and there's a problem, we can switch it up. We make it work. And that's what makes it a good trip. I don't know what Ricky did outside, but he did something. This year we are gonna go. We're gonna spend this year one night in Amsterdam, as requested by Hendo. So we're gonna do a night in Amsterdam. So that'll be fun. And we got, I think, 10 or 12 lofts on the agenda. We've got the Shoof Brewery. That's gonna be great. We have a Super War museum, not museum, but battlefield that we're going to go see, which is real good. We're going to go to Amsterdam. Hey, probably even go to the red light district. Why not? If you're in Amsterdam, you got to go see it. What else? A lot of good restaurants, a lot of good pigeon men. You're going to go to visit Lars. You're going to go to his place. We have some more chiefs there. I will be doing some of the cooking. Again, when I'm not cooking, we're going to go to the restaurants because the restaurants are phenomenal. Milton, come on, man. You can come this year. I got one more spot. Who wants to come? One more spot. Come on, guys. My two Australian buddies need one more guy. Regardless, if not, if we have the guys that we have, then it's going to be good no matter what. I always say when you have a group under 4 or 5 people, it goes good because people see the birds, they see everything. It's not, I see the tours that go through the UK and they have the big buses, and I'm not knocking it. That's great because they go for a weekend and they go and I see it, but they don't ever get as deep as I think I would want to go. Oh, okay, Anthony, for the people watching, when you're in the red light district, just don't forget the password. If you know, you know. Anthony, I'm not going to lie to you. What's the password? Shit, see? We learn something every day. Anthony's going to give us the password, guys. So if you're on the show, let's see what the password is. Ooh, that beer's strong tonight. Cherry, beautiful. And it almost has that ruby red color. It tastes just like cherries. Let's push Anthony to give us what the code is. Or is it the code? No, the password. What's the password, Anthony? I gotta hear this one. I gotta see if this is true. Because I ain't never heard of no password. If you know, then you know. All right, what's the password? As we wait for Anthony. Hey guys, some really good comments tonight. Um, I do apologize. Sometimes I go off on rants and people may think I attack people or whatever. I try to create a show. I try to create a little bit of left and right. Um, Left and right meaning, hey, I'm not going to agree with everything Ricky says, or he's not going to agree with everything I say, or I'm not going to agree with you. And you know what? If someone pisses me off, I'll say it. It doesn't mean I don't think they're okay people. It's just what we do. Whatever one of the brothel owners makes up. What? Whatever one of the brothel owners makes up. When you're in the red light district, you don't forget the password. If you know, you know. Whatever one of the brothel owners makes up. Okay. So basically what you're saying is just go with the flow. But you got to come on the tour. I think it's going to be fun. You know what? It's nice to take people. Uh, 50. Michael Peeler says $50. She will make you holler. Password. People. I think the best part of the tours is when you take people to places they've never been or they've never seen, and you've seen it before. So you already the wow factor's past you. It's like seeing something incredible, but then you see other people look at it and they seen, I guess, what you seen originally, and it makes you really appreciate it more. So I like taking people. I like people to meet the breeders. I like people to see the quality of pigeons. And if you ask Jeff Henderson if he's watching, and Jeff, if you are watching, and you could comment on this, from the people you met and the pigeons, what was the quality? How many pigeons did you handle where you shook your head and said, these pigeons are no good? Or they're not put together right? How many times you see it? I know it's very rare that I don't handle the pigeons that blow me away. And there's always the odd one, yes. But 95% of the time, they're built real good. But if Jeff's on and he comments, it's great. If not, why don't you take Oscar? Oscar? Why would I take Oscar, John? I can't. Do you mean Oscar DeVries? Oh, it's a lovely beer. Why don't I take Oscar? Or why don't I like Oscar? The only thing I don't like about Oscar is, besides him being a cheater and a liar, shit, he gives the sport, I think, a bad name. And I think he's better than that. And I would hope he could be, but I don't think he wants to be. I don't think he cares to be. He's a millionaire, so it doesn't affect, but it is what it is. He definitely won't take Oscar. I don't think Oscar's coming for the trip. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to finish this beer off. I got 2 minutes to go till I'm done. Unless you have a comment. Without a comment, we've been on for 2 hours. Ricky's done. He finished his show. He's closing up pigeons. I'm going to finish this beer, and I hope you guys are on. Yeah, no, I'm not taking Oscar, John. I'd rather, honestly, you can't take someone that's that messed up. And I think he's that messed up. I think he's not all there. I mean, he's got 700 birds, and he won't give people even an inventory. He won't even write on the message board, hi, everything's going good. In my opinion, if he said, I want to come on your trip, I'd probably say I can't do it. Because it can't be fake for 14 days. And I don't want to be fake for any days. I got to be real. I got to be me. And if you come on the trip, you're going to get me. you know, we have a couple drinks. We have some laughs. We go see some breeders. You might like them. You might not. It is what it is. Any new swag? Yeah, we're going to come out with some new swag. All the swag I come out with, nobody buys. If you want something personalized, let me know and I'll make it up for you. And again, everything I sell it for a peeler, I got to make at least $2 on it. On that note, I was going to have Lars on. I might have him on this Saturday. He went clamping. I will say this: you guys make the shows great. Thank you for like, sharing, and subscribing. And remember, I'll be there soon. Thanks for flying with me. Good night. All you got to do is call just to say hi. They're always watching. Bye for now.